How do you show them that you care? Well, did you go? Are you licensed? Did you go get your license? Yeah. Did you study? Do you understand your product? The way you show somebody you care is become an expert at your craft.
And Renee, I want to say you're doing a great job. Like I said, you bring those transferable skills, and that's what's really going to empower you over here. And I see that you're an astute student, and you're very, very sharp when it comes to internalizing information. So keep up the great work. I'm looking for great things out of you, and job well done so far.
Thank you so much, Jock. So what I'd like to do now is bring up the soul motivator. Mr. Erik Robinson is one of the first executive directors in the United States. He is a member of the Leadership Council for Xperia. He is a six-figure ring owner. I can't talk this morning. He is a six-figure ring earner. He also is just an incredible leader, and his enthusiasm is infectious. And I love to see his illustrations and see how he teaches. He's just very valuable in terms of what he brings to this organization, and we all appreciate him. He also is the man of one wife, who is just a contributor in her own right. And so without any further ado, I'd like to bring up Mr. Erik Robinson.
Wow. Thank you, Renee, for that amazing, amazing introduction. Y'all don't know, I just got introduced by the Mrs. Renee Graves, entrepreneur extraordinaire, sales extraordinaire, mover and shaker in the industry. And she just transferred industry. She just came from the pharmaceutical industry and coming over here in the entrepreneur space, and it's coming over in the insurance industry, and it's shaking things up. So I don't know if we want to call her milkshake, but Renee is a trailblazer. That's what it is. She's just a trailblazer. Let's just call it what it is. She is
she's the rainmaker.
She's the rainmaker. That's what it is. Yes, the rainmaker, Mrs. Renee Graves. Ooh, today you got this label on it. PJ, you got to give me some money on that one. Today, and I got my Siobhan Shake, so I might be a little wired up most of the day. So if y'all catch me around 11, 12 o'clock this afternoon, pray for a brother. Anyway, we're going to start today off. We got a top initial episode of Insurance Bros. We got a special one for y'all today. This one's going to be a little bit special. So I'm going to bring up the other half of the Insurance Bros, right? You know, y'all heard Insurance Pros. We got the Insurance Bros, right? And have you ever talked to somebody and you knew they could hear you, but they wasn't listening?
All the time.
Right? You knew they can hear you, but you knew they wasn't listening.
My wife.
So, we're going to touch on that today. Today, we got a special episode for our inauguration, our kickoff episode of Insurance Bros. Coach Erik with Uncle Jock, Coach Erik, the soul motivator with Uncle Jock. And we're going to really just talk about this sales piece, and specifically talking about listening. Because I'm telling y'all, some people, y'all, your money is in your ears, between your ears. Are y'all with me? Your fortune is right here between the two ears. Now, some of y'all is 6 inches, and some of y'all got big head. It's probably about 8 to 10 inches, right? But I don't know if it makes a difference how big your brain is, how big your head is. But you gotta listen. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe with people with big heads, it takes a little bit longer for the information to get to their brain, so they don't listen as well. I don't know. Don't hold me on that science, okay?
Wait a minute.
What, you got big head, Tawana?
I got a big head.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Derek, well, you know what? Information travels in an instant, so it doesn't make a difference. A couple of inches ain't gonna slow you down. So anyway, Uncle Jock, me and you was talking today, and I was saying, like, hey, you know what? Let's touch on this, because we, people have this. You can tell when they ain't listening, right? And sometimes they don't. The receiver, the sender can often tell, but the receiver who's not listening doesn't even know it sometimes.
And it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot. It happens so much that the sender's saying, ooh, this message is not being received, because they're not listening. But you know the funny thing, Jock? On the other side, the person is saying, when they can't wait to talk, because they wasn't listening, they say, oh, they're not listening. Have you ever, I know you do a lot of mediation. So John, let's touch on that. You do a lot of mediation. Have you ever mediated? And for those who don't know, Jock is like a professional mediator. Like I've called him in to help me mediate a lot of things, right? Even in my personal life. But both sides ain't listening to the other side. So it ain't like a one-sided thing. It can be a double-sided, two people not listening. But talk to us, Uncle Jock.
Yes, what happens when you're, especially like when I do mediations, that's why mediations are important, because what you want to do is you want to be able to see facial expressions. You want to be able to see, like, you remember the other day when we were in the office and I was like, hey, y'all not even listening. And they was like, yes, we are, but they regurgitated back what was being said. So it really showed me that they were listening. But a lot of times when you're talking to folks, you can tell. That's why we say a lot of, especially on these Zooms, you can be locked in or you can be logged on. Sometimes logging on isn't the same as being locked in. And so we give a lot of information. So I'm kind of segueing your question. We give a lot of information, but you'll hear a lot of times, well, we need to do more trainings, or, you know, the green sheet, I don't think y'all really understand how the green sheet works. I'm like, really? And sometimes we go over information all the time. It may seem like we go over it all the time, but we do that so everybody can have a chance to have a breakthrough with the information. Because Erik, like you said, you might be tuned out for whatever reason, but the person that's receiving the information very well could think that they're grasping it. So the question I have though for you, Erik, is how do you create a check and balance system when you're transferring information to make sure that people are receiving it properly? Because you and I have had a couple conversations where I was like, Erik, I'm telling you, the masses aren't getting certain topics that we trained on.
I got it right here. I'm gonna talk to these topics, but I want to go back to that statement you made when we was in the office. They was hearing, they wasn't listening.
Right.
I could hear them talking because they had their own conversation going. So I could hear them talking. I wasn't listening to the conversation. So they could hear it, so they could regurgitate, because your brain is a computer. It picks up everything, right? It receives everything. Now, is it actively processing all the data? Your brain would say, is this information important to me? Right? And that's why you look at some people, and it's funny, I always look at Derek, I see him on the screen. Like some people, military trained, they're trained for senses to pick up certain things, right? So the human brain sees it, but certain brain says this could be dangerous. So you're trained how to pick up what can be important. So you're trained, your brain has been trained over the years, what's important and what's not important. So they could hear us, but they wasn't listening. So what I'm saying is, if I was to ask them to go up and then show what that meant, they wouldn't have an understanding of it. They wouldn't be able to turn around and repeat it. Because so they could say the words A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, now explain what that meant. Oh, no, you just heard A, B, C, D, you thought you didn't hear all the in-betweens of that. You know what I mean? You didn't hear the understanding behind it. You heard the key concepts. So they was hearing, but they wasn't actively listening. So how do you do checks and balances, you ask? I'm gonna start from the one side. What I try to do as salespeople, this is one of the biggest things I do. I write it down. See, when you're writing down what you're hearing, taking notes, it forces your brain to try to pay attention. It locks out the distractions. So when I'm talking to my clients, I'm talking to my agents, I'm taking notes. Man, y'all understand, I got notes, little scratchy pads of notes all over, you know, from different things. This is what in a presentation with somebody, and they was doing it, they was introducing me to one of their agents, right? It was like a what do you call it, like a three-way call. I was doing a three-way call. And I said, tell me a little bit about yourself. This lady, she was 2 years in this previous company, right? Out of Southwest Chicago. You know, that was one of the things. And then one other person said, hey, we doing 25 by 25, 25 AOA, 25 apps, right? Team building. You know, they want to maintain team building, the maintenance of a team, right? And so I was listening to what they was talking about. And that's when she said, man, we left chaos and came into sense. I'm like, ooh, you left chaos and came into sense. So I'm taking notes while I'm sitting here in the presentation, and I'm thinking about how to sell and close this agent to join our team. I'm taking notes about who is she, what's she doing, so that's one of the ways, Jock. For me, that's been the biggest system, is to become an active listener, is to actually take notes. Checks and balances. One of the ways to see somebody actually, sometimes we say, you know what I'm saying? You heard me, right? You know what I mean, right? Here's a good thing, asking questions that requires them to process the information. Well, tell me, what do you think about that? Tell me, what do you think about that, Jock? Now they gotta go. Sometimes they be like, huh? Well, say it again. So that's a great thing. Y'all taking notes. What do you think about that? And that makes them have to participate in the conversation.
And another thing, can I expound on some of this, Eric?
Yeah, please do, sir.
I got a question for y'all. Type in the chat or come off mute. Why do people actually buy from you? Why people, what makes somebody exchange money for what it is that you're offering? See, because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're making offers. But what makes somebody want to give you or transfer their money?
Whether they see value in it or not, whatever you're offering.
They trust you.
Value and trust. They can believe in you. They can relate to you.
So
They like you.
all of those answers are right. But guess what? And I'm going to tell you why this is the true answer. They feel like it. What's the big word that popped out?
Feel.
Feeling. I always talk about the experience that you have to give the person that you're giving information to. I see so many people give information and it's all about them. Well, I got the best this, I got the best that. We do the best here. You got to be able to eliminate and pull somebody away from their pain point. But the only way you're going to know what their pain point is to what? Eric just said it.
Ask questions.
Listen.
Ask questions that dig down and start to get them to talk. You want to let them, don't make it about you. Don't make it about the products. Don't make it about you want to be able to pull them away from their pain and pull them closer to pleasure. Most people miss that part. So you want to be able to engage them in conversation to where they can see the value of what you're offering has more value than their money. That's a message. You want to forget it being about you. You want to make whatever it is that you're talking to them about, you want to listen with an attentive ear, and you want to be able to extract the information. Once you start to hone in and dial in to their pain points, you then want to give them information to where they're going to want to do business with you before you ask for the sale, because the information and the experience that you gave them are going to be more valuable than the assets that they're trying to give you or that you're going to ask for. So I hope that helped out, Eric.
Yeah, it did, Jock. And you turned back over to me too soon. I'm still trying to write notes. But anyway, here's the thing. No. But I got something I want to share with this, and I'm gonna help y'all with this, okay? I got a couple of things that I wrote down when sharing with you specifically for insurance. And I use some examples. I got a couple of examples I got here to tell the difference between active listening and non-active listening. Y'all ready? Say ready.
Ready.
This is a sales masterclass, ladies and gentlemen. Non-active listening. Like when the customer is explaining, and I wrote down explain the needs of a customer. Non-active listening. The agent nods, but is distracted thinking about the next appointment, thinking about something else. Like, yeah, okay. All right, cool. But your mind is someplace else, right? And here they like you say, you need insurance, right? Like, yeah, I just told you that. But here's the active listening. Maintaining eye contact. Is taking notes. See, when I sold cars and one of my dealerships, I would have people, even your name. Let me give y'all a bonus tip right here. This is something right here that's gonna make a lot of y'all money. When you introduce yourself and you meet somebody, I will always have my salespeople, they always had to have a notepad and pen and notepad. You couldn't go walk up to my clients unless you had a pen and a notepad. If I called you out a pen and notepad, and we supplied it to them, if I called you out a pen and notepad, get out of there. Why? Because you can't take notes. Your worst pen is better than your best memory. Your worst pen is better than your best memory. I got notes, sticky notepads all over the place. And I'm sharing this. And that was something that was given to me by one of the gentleman who owned the dealership. He said, Eric, man, you got to start taking notes. He elevated my game, right? Because I thought I'm rising. No, don't rely on that. Great salespeople don't rely on that. Are y'all with me? Great salespeople take notes. See,
Hold
doctors take notes.
on. So you saying take notes, even when you're talking to clients and you're giving the information, you still want to take notes.
Oh,
along the way.
absolutely. Oh, I got notes all over from when I'm talking to my clients. I can't remember this stuff.
Right.
Yep. So I'm taking notes. And one of the things it tells the other person, when you go into a doctor's office and your doctor starts telling you things, what do most doctors do? Anybody been to a doctor's office?
Take notes.
And you send a doctor like this. Oh, so tell me what's going on like this, right?
You
Right.
take
They
notes.
write it down. They're writing it down. You're like, doc, you put that in my file. No, don't put that in my file. No, okay, don't put that in my file. Okay. What I'm saying to you is take notes, right? So here's a give you our game changer. When you meet somebody in person or even on Zoom, John, can you tell me your name again? What do you like to John Smith? Do you mind if and you always, I say this, I don't just do it. I tell them what I'm doing psychologically. John, do you mind if I write Troy? Do you mind if I write Troy Gandy, right? Do you mind if I write that down? And Troy, is that Troy? And how do you spell Gandy, sir?
That's candy.
With a G. That's like Gandy.
That's it. If it ain't good, it ain't me.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, cool. Now I done put the name in the song, so I'm gonna always remember. Now I might call him Candy a couple of times, right? But I'm gonna be. So you prefer Troy for Troy Gandy? Which one do you go by, sir?
Troy.
You got somebody else? Huh?
Troy.
Troy's good. Okay, Troy. So I'm gonna write that down. Cool. Thank you. So I said, do you mind if I write that down? When I used to always have my salespeople introduce, hey, my name is Erik Robinson. Here's my business card. So I would give them my card so they don't have to remember my name. Because I don't want them to, hey, sir, buddy. Anybody ever do that? We go to a waitress and you forget your waitress's name. I tell a restaurant, like, why don't y'all have your waitress? You want a tip? Give somebody your card so they know your name. Nobody remembers the waitress' name. Like, what's the name again? I play the game at the table. So next time y'all go out to dinner, ask somebody at the table, can you guess the waitress' name? They don't remember. But waitresses, you want to step the game up, give business cards. So nobody has to guess your name or try to read the name badge in the dark. So there you go. What's your name again? Write it down. So I just gave y'all a bonus. When you meet somebody, hey, do you mind? Let me write that down. Let me put it in my phone. I ain't got a pen and paper. Do you mind if I jot that down on my phone? Because I don't want to mess your name. Your name is very important to me. Do you say that? Jock, do you mind if I write your name down? Your name is very important to me. How you spell Jock?
Sure, I don't mind at all.
Okay, cool.
I'll say that. I'll say that.
Right. Let me write that down. Your name is very important to me.
Because here's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep. So that's one. I'm gonna give y'all one more thing, Jock, and I'm gonna get your feedback on this one. You talked about asking questions, right? Respond to your clients with questions, right? Non-active agents, they're like, our policy is good for you. You won't have any issues, stuff like that. An active agent who's listening is going to respond like, hey, you know what? You're asking about the difference between whole life and terms. You know what I mean? Like, can you tell me, what do you think is best suits your needs? What do you know about them? Ask them, what do you know about life insurance?
And what's that going to do, Erik?
It's going to do two things. It's going to get them actively listening because now your questions make them listen.
Yeah.
One, I got them listening. Two, I got them talking to me. Three, I got them, if they answer, that means they're starting to follow my instructions. Do y'all catch that? Mm-hmm. It's so much psychology behind the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it lets you know lets you know what level of knowledge about them, where they are. So I can't guess that he or she, I don't know. I just met them. I don't know what they know about insurance. I don't know what all of y'all on this line know about insurance. Some of y'all could have studied last week. Last week you might have been here. This week you might be here because you went and learned more information. Are y'all with me? So you don't know what somebody knows. Don't assume. Ask the question. Ooh, Jock, you always have
a message.
You always have something you talk about. Ask the right question.
Yeah, ask the right question. And y'all might want to write this down if you're in position to, because I know I say it a lot, but ask the right question to get the right answers. When you get the right answers, that leads you to the right outcomes, the right results or the right outcomes. Who knows what comes a side effect from the right outcomes? Anybody remember? Ask the right questions to get the right results. The right results is basically the right outcomes. The right outcomes, the side effect of the right outcomes and what we do is going to be the right income. Did y'all catch that? Ask the right questions to get the right outcomes or the right answers. The side effect to the right outcome every time is going to be the right income. Because again, if you understand what we're putting down, we're basically saying, listen more, take notes, dig down deep, find their pain points, pull them away from their pleasure. When you pull them away from their pleasure, like I said, they're going to find the information that you're giving them is going to be more of a value or more of an asset than the money that they're willing to give you for whatever it is you're talking to them about. So that's a skill, ladies and gentlemen, because what you don't want to do is start to, Eric, have you ever heard of, they say, don't regurgitate all over your prospect? Have you ever heard that?
Yep.
And what does that mean?
That means you're just talking. You're just talking at them and not talking with them. It can't be a monologue. It's got to be more of a dialogue, right?
Yes.
You're not just talking, and there's no two-way conversation. Great
Oh, man.
salespeople, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. People think, I got the gift of gab, the gift of gab. The gift of gab will make you broke. I'm telling you. The gift of gab will make you broke.
Because you can talk yourself into a sale, and then what else? Y'all know the rest.
You can talk
You
yourself
can talk
right on
yourself
out.
out of one.
And right back out. So you want to master the art of engaging conversation and really getting you ask a person, tell me a little bit about yourself. What you think they're going to start doing? They're going to start talking. It's perfect to be able to put you in a position to listen and take notes.
Yep. They're like, well, where do you want me to start?
Exactly.
Start at the beginning. Tell me, I don't know. You tell me, well, let me take you back. I was born the son of a sharecropper, and you it doesn't matter, right? But that's the biggest thing, Jock, is getting people to talk. See, master salespeople get people to talk. We give y'all some game here. Why do you think women in this industry, y'all can crush it? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you understand, one thing I get my thing, Jock, we're going to be doing a conference coming up, Insurance Bros, we're going to be doing a women's conference to help you. But a lot of women, you don't see yourselves as salespeople. That's the issue. Like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't like selling. Yep. But women, y'all ask questions all the time. Where you going? What you doing? Where you been? What's that? Who called you? Who's texting you? I'm like, daggone, what are you, I spy? But she's constantly questioning. Women ask questions all day long. Where'd you get that from? Girl, where'd you get that from? That look good on you. And inside your mind, y'all ain't like, she wore that. She should not be wearing that. She know it is not Labor Day, and she still got on white. Has anybody gave her the memo? Girl, where you get that dress from? Y'all still ask questions, even if you don't mean it, right? But it's natural. Guys want to have the solutions. And I'm telling you, that's what hurts some guys, because salespeople, we want to tell you the solution. We want to come in with the problem and the fix, and we don't even know what their problem is. Ooh, we're going to give them insurance, bro. We give them relationship advice. Some of y'all men need to stop right now and go ask your significant other, honey, how was your day? And when she tells you how your day was, here's the part 2. Say, wow. So tell me more. That's another thing. I'm giving y'all word tracks. Tell me more. When your clients say something, well, tell me more. Can you explain that? Can you break that down for me? Can you explain that a little bit? Why is that important to you?
Tell me more. That's for the big, because what are they going to do, Eric? They're going to do what? They're going to just do what?
They're going to tell you more. And some of y'all can be like, TMI too. I didn't want to know all that. And they know because they're looking at your eyes.
Yes.
Really? Are you? You're like, yeah. What?
Oh, Eric, so what do you do when they're telling you more? You just got to learn those one words. Really? Wow. You know what I mean? Let them talk. Let them talk.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, John? So you got to ask them, was that a good thing? Because they can tell you. Now, don't assume, was that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, that was great. She did this. No, that was bad. I didn't like the way she did it. Oh, really? You didn't like that?
Okay, but are you actually listening?
Yeah, I'm saying, was that a good thing or bad thing? I'm listening to find out more. I'm asking more so I can know about their day, because I don't want to proceed further. And I don't know if she's in a good mood or bad mood. It's all about feelings. See, I want to know, how do they feel? I really want to know. See, I want to know. A great salesperson really wants to know, how does the client feel? See, if you pat pansy, doing a patsy, and you just yeah, girl, huh, and they know you ain't listening, I can feel it. You like, but you ain't really listening, because Tawana, you probably experienced that before. I'm talking, he ain't even listening. He waiting for you to shut up so he can turn the game on. Okay, is that it? Right? They know. You see, we be saying, is that it? because we can't wait to move on to the next thing. Okay, well, girl, listen, what's for dinner? That's all you wanted to know, what's for dinner. You didn't really care about how my day was. So a great salesperson really has to care about their clients, y'all.
Right.
And that's what I was saying about chasing the money. Don't chase the money, chase what you're trying to do, care about your clients. I want you to chase the money because you got to get freaking good at caring about other people. Are y'all with me? It ain't a game. And when we talk about life insurance, to me, this is not a game. Helping making sure a family's protected. I've experienced the hardships, the pains, the struggles, the emotional breakdowns. This ain't a game to me. So I'm chasing the money, but I got to get better in chasing the money. And getting better, I got to care more about my clients. How do I care more about my clients? I got to make sure I learn my products. See, becoming sharper with your product is not just chasing the money, it's because I want to give the best darn service to the people I'm talking to. See, some of y'all are just chasing the money. That's what I mean. Don't just chase the money. You just want to check. Well, why should I give you a check, Jock? I did nothing to make you feel like I'm value for you to give me some money.
Exactly. You just said it. If you show your client or the person that you're prospecting in business that you care, the way that you show them that you care is you got to ask the right questions so you can become a solution and again pull them away from their pain. And the way that you do it is just like you said, it's in progression. When they care, they trust you, now their defenses are down. When you send off the salesman along, what are they gonna do?
Their brain shuts down. This is a seldom alarm. The brain shuts down. But Jock, I'm gonna go somewhere you were saying. The way that they show you care happens before you even get to in front of them. How do you show them that you care? Well, are you licensed? Did you go get your license? Yep. Did you study? Do you understand your product? The way you show somebody you care is become an expert at your craft. If I take my car to my mechanic, the way I know he cares about me because he knows what he's doing. When he's out there and I'm like, oh man, he don't know what he's doing. You don't care about me. You just want me to pay you some money. But somebody says, man, this guy's an expert. He's certified. He got these plaques. He's doing it. Oh, he cares about his craft, which means he probably cares about me because he cares enough to know that he cares. He's taking his craft serious. Are y'all with me? See, y'all are here perfecting your craft, which means you care about your business.
Right.
But then when you leave here, you still got to elevate your craft, elevate your craft. Learn your product knowledge, right? Learn industry. That's on you. Learn how to become better. Learn how to become a better marketer. All these things are on us to show our clients we care. So now when we sit there and ask them to purchase from us, right? To buy, it's because I want you to buy from me because I'm bringing some value to you. Join my team because I'm bringing value because this is what I do. Even when I didn't know, they knew that I cared about bringing value. Why? Because I was always trying to get better. Y'all are always getting better. So some of y'all don't realize y'all are superstars in the making. I tell you, when the lights click, you're already a superstar. You just got to understand it. Once you understand you're a superstar and all the hours you put in, Tawana Chisley, all the hours you put in, all the training you put in, right? When you understand that I am that woman, it's game over. Now you just add some sales skills and it's 6 figures in 6 days.
Wow.
Oh, you hear me, Tawana. I ain't playing games. I'm literally not joking with that. You are built for 6 figures in 6 days. The minute you like, bam, 6 figures in 6 days is who I am.
And Erik, real quick, since we talking about that, right? I had a conversation with 2 people yesterday, and I know you just said something that people might have missed. You said 6 figures in 6 days, right? Mm-hmm. You said that you want to start doing $1 million or what?
$1 million a month.
We attended a conference, ladies and gentlemen. It's the reason why I'm saying this, because it's all going to tie in. We attended a conference about 2 months ago. What were people having? You saying $1 million a month. We saw some people that had $1 million what?
They was at $1 million days. Bring them up on stage. He's had $1 million day. She had $1 million day. She had $1 million day. Oh, he had a $5 million day. $5 million day. Oh, there's a couple of people, they did $10 million in a day.
And when I tell y'all, it's doable once you realize you just got to change your mindset. Hopefully that y'all got some value out of this morning. Erik, we got to definitely follow up, go over and add some balance to what we're doing with bringing some real high level sales skills to everybody.
Yep. This is our episode First, I wanted y'all to know this is our first time doing Insurance Bros. I know we do these meetings all the time, but what do y'all think? Insurance Bros, keep it, yes or no? Type in the chat. Insurance Bros, keep the segment, yes or no?
Yes.
The name Insurance Bros, like it, yes or no? Insurance Bros, like it, yes or no? We going to keep it, yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. We do it every week, but we might do a couple times, a segment maybe once a week, the Insurance Bros. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go back to normal. Now we want to do our recap. I'm gonna flip back, and Troy Gandy, would you do the honors of recapping, taking over the recap segment for us today, sir?
Righty then, with those honors coming from the #1 leading motivational speaker that's here in the East Coast right now, I'll just say go right to it. And if anyone has a recap, let's hear it at this time. Who wants to be first? All right, there he is.
I go first, man, because sales is my thing.
Sir Money.
But two things you said.
You got 1 minute.
You got two things you said. Anybody I ever met, I always ask their name. If I went to a restaurant, anywhere, if I'm doing service for you, the one thing with knowing people's name, even when I'm on cruises, anybody who bring me anything, I ask their name. Because also it brings something personal to them, to you. Because there's how you say, we used to have in the car business, Eric, we used to always say, you make a friend, you make a sale. That thing, that's it. Because if I always gonna ask your name. What's your name? And I also ask that other second thing. What is your name? Because it's very important to me.
30 seconds.
That's my two things I used to always say that. And another thing I used to say to people when I was in the crossroads with in between the cell, I said, I know you're a very intelligent person. So if I give you the good information, will you make an intelligent decision so we can so long?
20 seconds.
That's something else I used to say to them. But your name is very important to me. In all my studies, in my religious studies, everything, the key thing they always say is name that, always ask that person their name. That is important. It's paradigm. Excuse me. That's what I wanted to say.
2.
You know, I stuttered a little bit.
1.
And make them smile too. Always be smiling at folks.
That 10 is up. That minute is up. Next one is none other than the Marinepreneur, the man with the nugget inside of a nugget.
All right. Even after Eric talked about my big head, all right, I'm feeling some kind of way. Just took me down a couple of notches in self-confidence. Not really, but listen, phenomenal training is always, and I do take the notes. I really do. And of course, a lot of nuggets there, but something that stood out that actually brought it back to the surface. I think Jock mentioned it. People buy because of emotions and their feelings, not because of logic. And I learned that in network marketing, right? And the examples that they used was, when women go out and buy a dress, shoes, and I'm not picking on women, but men go out and buy all these high gear electronics and you don't even use the stuff, right? Because it made you feel good at the time. It didn't really necessarily solve an issue. So buying because of emotions and feelings, I really like that. Active listening, to include the name, Money. You're absolutely right. I always write down names. And when I forget, I'll come back and say, so tell me again, how do you spell your name? And one guy actually said, because instead of saying, what's your name again, I'll say, how do you spell it? And one guy actually came back to me and no lie, said, B-O-B. I said, okay. So he
30 seconds.
All right. So anyway, active listening, making the eye contact, asking the questions, yes, and just rehashing the things that we know and just sharpening those skills. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And also, I'm sorry, last thing, ask the right questions, get the right outcome, and the right outcome will lead to the right income. So those are the main takeaways from today. Thank you.
There you have it. Good nuggets from the nugget that shines.
Yeah, thank you, Derek.
So ain't nothing wrong with that nugget.
Derek, real quick, I had that happen to me. I don't know if y'all remember on the call when I was doing the training. I was asking the guy, I said, you know what? How you spell your name again? He was like, P-H-I-L, Phil. I'm like, okay. I forgot the name, but I tried to use that. Well, how you spell your name again? It was basic. I'm sorry, Troy.
Like it was a hard name. He was like, come on, man. B-O-B, Bob.
All right. And we're going to take that shine and we're going to cast it on the personified poetic justice, Miss Tawana Chisley. We got to unmute first.
I'm sorry, Derek said what I was actually going to say, but definitely my note-taking skills, it's like I'm writing hieroglyphics. My self-diagnosed ADHD kicks in, but I know if I put this here to here to here, I know it's connecting. Like with Jock was doing the ask the questions, I was just drawing the line. This goes to here. This goes to here. This goes to here. But yes, note-taking is very important. And I too play that waitress Eric. I'm like, what was her name? What was her name? But then I'm like, so what's your name again? And then, you know, you start to get a relationship with the, and that's also a way of, you know, piquing her interest as well when she gets to know you as not just your customer, but as
15
someone I
seconds.
want to talk to. So that's it.
All right, all right. It from personified poetic justice to the sparkle and the one that always gives us exactly what we're supposed to be doing. Her name says it all. Stay in the car. Come on, Mr. Takesha.
Good morning. Good morning. In the car, right?
That's it.
So I have a couple nuggets. One is when I sit down with people, the very first thing I always say is tell me about yourself. Right. So it was great to hear that again. Tell me about yourself. Then I also see a lot, you know, don't overtalk your client. Like you literally can talk yourself out of a deal. So when you know you have the client in the bag, just, you know, it's time to start transitioning and to closing the sale instead of continue to talk about the product because the client is already engaged. And you'll know that when that happens. And then one great thing that I love that Erik said, your worst pen is better than your best memory.
Yes, yes. Beautiful. Thank you, Cap. And now, none other than, I don't see any other hands up. We're going to take it to someone who does it like no other. I call her our Xperia paralegal. And she gets it done right. None other than downtown Rita Brown.
Thank you, Troy.
Bring it home.
Thank you. I got a lot of notes this morning. Okay. Be organic. You want to offer your clients a great experience. Just let the conversation flow. Ignorance on fire is something to be admired. Take your destiny into your own hands. Keep working to become better. The road to greatness takes one step at a time. Keep giving your prospective clients and business partners valuable information. Keep giving them a good experience. Slow drip on them. When they are ready, they will come. Would it be okay if I can show you how to make what you do in 12 months, in 6 months? Hold your unlicensed agents accountable when it comes to their study time. Insurance bros. Have you ever talked to someone and you knew they can hear you, but they are not listening? Your fortune is between your ears. You have got to listen. Are you locked in, hooked on? Brain is a computer. It picks up everything, but do not process everything. Hearing, but not actively listening. Write it down. It forces your brain to pay attention. When talking to your potential prospects, take notes. Ask questions to make them process the information. What do you think about that? Why do people buy from you? What makes someone want to give you their money? They feel like it. It is a feeling, an emotion. Eliminate and pull someone from their pain points. Don't make it about you. Engage them in conversation so they can see the value you offer is valuable than money. Are you actively listening or non-actively listening as an agent? If you're non-active listening, you nod when you're talking to your customers, but you're thinking about something else. If you active listening, you maintain eye contact. You take notes. When you meet someone in person or on a Zoom, have a notepad with you and ask them, do you mind if I write your name down? Your worst pen is better than your best memory. Your questions make them listen. Ask them, what do they know about life insurance? Don't assume. Ask the questions. Ask the right questions to get the right answers and the results. The right risk to the right outcome. The side effects of the right outcome is the right income. Listen more, take notes, dig deep, find their pain points, and pull them away from those pain points. Don't regurgitate all over your prospect. Talking at your prospect, not talking with your prospect. The gift of gab will make you broke. You can talk yourself into a deal and you can talk yourself out of a deal. Master the art of engaging conversation. Tell me more about yourself. Tell more. Really? Wow. Don't come in with a fix and don't know the problem. A great salesperson wants to know how a client feels. They have to really care. You have to really care about your clients. This is not a game. We are helping people. Care more about your clients by learning the products. This happens before you even get to your clients. When you care, they trust you. Become an expert at your craft. We are here perfecting our craft every morning. Once you understand you're a superstar, it's game over. Just add to sales skills. 6 figures in 6 months is doable. Change your mindset.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Nobody does it like Rita.
Now, Rita, I'm sorry. Rita, what's your cash app? If anybody going to put 5, 10, whatever, I ain't gonna put no limit. Y'all got this. That right there, that's a gift. We got to keep nurturing. I know we all got gifts and skills, but let's sow into something like that. Cause that right there, you got me just like, wow, something like that. Yes, even the little nuggets, like, did she write that? How the heck did she?
Paralegal skills. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Rita, I'm serious, Rita. Like, really, just drop me. Somebody might really want just in your way. And just a gift your way, because we got to just keep encouraging that skill that you have and keep sowing in. And I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, when you sow into others, watch what happens when you get sold back in. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'll give us $1, $5, 50 cents, whatever. Really, Rita, put it in there, put the cash app in the chat. I ain't shutting this down until you put your cash app in the chat, because I always like to give people an opportunity to bless others, and that's how we get to where we need to go, right? We want the spirit of blessing and sowing. And I know some people say her money's tight. I'm gonna give her $5, $10, but I need my own lunch. Man, watch what happens when you pour back somebody who's pouring back into you.
Hey, Eric.
Yes, sir.
You know what she does? You know when you watch a movie and there's a trailer, she almost does the reverse of a trailer. You know what I mean?
She told you what you just saw. That's like she locks you heard.
And be able to translate it and take notes and then transfer it back. I mean, that's Rita.
Thank you, Susan, for putting that in there. It's Cash Brown 20. So y'all got her cash app. If anybody wants to drop something, say hi to Rita, let's do that. That's cool. And it ain't a must. I'm just putting it out there. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, love every one of y'all.
He's like verbatim. Doesn't miss anything.
Exactly. And it was with feeling too. So that just makes it even extra. You know, it's like,
wow, really?
Thanks, everyone. I appreciate y'all. I love you.
Good job. Keep it on. Good one.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
Thank you.
God bless y'all. Have a super fantastic day.
God bless you. I was waiting for money to say.